I'm Debbie Godfrey. Welcome to the Positive Parenting PEP Talks podcast.
Today's pep talk is about telling kids what you're willing to do. A lot of times kids make demands or ask for things, and we have to tell them what we're not willing to do. So I'm not going to give you that, you can't have that, you don't deserve that, and it often will create a power struggle. And while it's great to tell kids no when the answer is no, what happens a lot of times is we'll say no about something and then later realize there's some part of it that's a yes, or go back on our word. And so the inconsistency can create a lot of misbehavior. So what I want to talk about is telling them what you are willing to do instead of saying just a flat out no, or giving in to something that you think you need to set a boundary about. Figure out, what are you willing to do? So for example, my daughter recently needed some extra money, and she knows she can work for me for $10 an hour and make as much extra money she wants. Well, she's been working a lot and going to school a lot and doesn't seem to have the time to work for me, but does need extra money. Well, I'm not willing to front her the money because in the past that hasn't gone well. If I've loaned her money, she doesn't pay me back or do the work. So now what I am willing to do, and this is what I tell her, Michelle, I'm totally willing to pay you $10 an hour to work for me, and I can find plenty of work for you to do. And when you've completed the work, I'm happy to give you the money. Now, what I'm not willing to do is loan her money. and when I say that to her, I'm not willing to loan you money, then we get into this big power struggle. So I just keep reiterating what I'm willing to do is give you work. You can make $10 an hour working for me. And when this happened last week, I had to tell her that about 5 different times. And then I tried a little different approach. Because she started getting aggravated because she said she's too busy and she can't find time. And I said, what I'm willing to do is pay you $10 an hour to work for me. And you figure out when you can find some time to do that and let me know, and come on over and you can do the work and I'll pay you the money. And finally she got through to her head that she had to do the work before I was going to pay her the money. So, we can imagine situations with kids where they want to go to the store, or they want to go to the park. Maybe you're not willing to go to the park. So, think about, well, what am I willing to do? Well, I'd be willing to go out and play in the backyard with you for 10 minutes because I have time to do that, but I don't have time to go to the park for half an hour. So figure out, what are you willing to do, and tell your child, this is what I'm willing to do. Will that work for you? And see if you can negotiate an arrangement. And again, I just want to reiterate that it's not about always doing this. I mean, if what your child's asking for is really just a flat out no, don't hesitate to just say, no, that doesn't work for me. And you don't need an explanation or a negotiation. This is not for everything. But occasionally, or if you can see that you're going to end up in a power struggle with a child, this is a way to kind of redirect a power struggle. So figure out, what am I willing to do? What can I do here? And frame it in the positive, and then tell your child, this is what I'm willing to do. And see if you can get them excited and rallying around you. Hope this helps. Have a great day and happy parenting.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Positive Parenting PEP Talks podcast. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Debbie Godfrey, owner and founder of positiveparenting.com. I hope you'll go and check out my website and follow me on Instagram and let me know about what you thought about today's episode. Did you learn something new? Were you able to do something different with your children? Did you have a success story? Those are my favorite to share. Let me know. Contact me. I'd love to hear from you. And also, what future topics would you be interested in hearing about on the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast? Thank you so much for being here and for all of your support. Take care and happy parenting.